Hi everybody. So it's me. I promised that I was going to come back. So I'm back. I have the father here.
I wasn't getting the camera, but I got on some shit I ain't wear yet. And
Oh
somebody's hacking.
boy.
Hold on.
Anyway.
I can strip film now. Hold on. I'm too sexy for my shirt, too sexy for myself, too
Oh, can you put
sexy
that
for
the
this
soda
bed.
in the freezer, please?
I
Come on, stop
fuck
playing.
around.
Anyway, so today is what's today? It's 8:55 and I said what day it is. I
That's what
said
happened when you got a kid. You lose track of time, days.
it's December 30th, 8:55, and I'm here to tell my labor and delivery story for everybody, but especially for Sky the Sexy, because she asked she asked if I could make the video because she wanted to know about my whole C-section delivery thing. So I'll start at me being at home, right? So I was eating. How am I what?
Nah, just go ahead.
You talking about the clips?
Yeah, I'm gonna put them in.
All right. So I was at home eating, watching TV, and at the moment I was Googling how I can um find ways to induce my labor, because from my last video you guys know that I said that they told me that I was gonna get induced if I didn't hurry up and do it on my own. So I was really worried about that. So for the past couple of days after me going to the doctor's office, I was trying to figure out how in the world can I do this on my own, because I didn't want to get induced at all. So I'm Googling that, and then I had to, well, I thought I had to use the bathroom, a number two. At number two. So I went to the bathroom and I'm sitting there, and I actually did a number one, and then while I was number oneing, I kind of felt something like go pop, but it wasn't a burst or anything like that. It wasn't my water. My water did not break at home. So I felt the pop, and I'm just like, okay, I don't know what the hell that was, but whatever, because I wasn't expecting him to come, because I had my own kind of idea of when he might have wanted to show up. So what else? Okay, so that happened. So then, I'm finished up and whatever the case may be, and then I noticed a little bit of blood. So once I saw the blood, I didn't even really think like, okay, maybe now it's time. I just was like, maybe this is just like the spotting that we always get, or whatever the case may be. So then I realized that I couldn't get up off the toilet. Like, I did not want to move. So I called my mother and I'm like, Mom, screaming out to her. And she's walking towards the bathroom and she's saying, "What? Is the baby on its way?" or something like that, she said. And I'm like, I saw a little bit of blood. And she's like, "Really?" You know what? I skipped the part. I called my sister on the phone to ask her what she thought the blood was, and I told her that I thought that the baby was on his way. And she's like, "Are you serious or are you playing around?" And I'm like, "I'm for real." And she like, "Well, I don't believe you. Call me back if your contractions get any closer." So I'm like, okay, whatever. So being that I wasn't feeling contractions, that's what made me think that it really wasn't time. So then that's when I called my mother. She came or whatever. She said what she said. I told her what I saw. Then my stomach started to hurt after I spoke to her. And she's like, well, hurry up, get in the shower, and then let's go to the hospital. My dumb ass, I just sat on the toilet for like 15 minutes. I just did not want to get up. I have no idea why. So I finally got up and I got in the shower. And once I got in the shower, my contractions, like, they just started getting close. Like, they hurt, but I was not freaking out the way I thought I would have been. But they did hurt. So, what happened after that? Oh yeah, I called I called Daddy's job, and I told him that it was time. Anyway, and I told him that it was time, and he's like, "You for real?" And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, why is everybody asking me, am I for real? Like, this is not something that you should play around with. And I'm like, yes, I'm for real. And he's like, where are you? Are you going there now? Are you at the hospital? I'm like, I'm on my way there now. So he's like, okay, call me when you get there. So my mother came. Well, we had to wait for my sister because she had the car. So we waited for my sister. I walked up and down the house. At that time, I was still laughing and still talking, and I still was getting the contractions, but they weren't anything to like, keep me all acting all crazy. So we got in the car. On the way in the car, I'm like, yeah, can I listen to the radio? And my sister's like, oh my gosh, you're in labor and you still want to listen to music? I'm like, hell yeah. Like, I didn't see what was wrong with that, but apparently she thought that I was taking the labor pretty lightly. And I guess I was compared to, some people in some situations. So we got to the hospital. It was crazy crowded. They had the nerve to tell me that I had to wait for a room. Like I was online for a freaking club or some crap. I don't know what was going on with that. But we probably waited for about probably like 10 minutes before my contraction started getting really strong, to the point where while I was walking, because once I got there, after they told me that we had to wait, I just went out to the elevator area and I was walking back and forth. And what happened? I was walking back and forth, and while I was walking, they were getting so strong that I couldn't continue walking. So that's when they actually started getting stronger. Then they started getting stronger to the point where I was like almost screaming. Not even screaming. I don't want to say screaming to make it seem like more than it is. I was in pain, but I wasn't like hollering. But I wasn't in hoovered over pain. Hover. Whatever. Basically leaning over and, kind of in agony. But I wasn't like no TV pain. Finally, I got into triage. Blah, blah, blah. They came and checked me. They hooked me up. They listened to his heartbeat. And the doctor came and checked me. And he's like, oh, what? I was closed at that time, right?
Oh, yeah, you were still close.
I was still closed when I got to the hospital. So he's like, oh, just go ahead and walk around. Oh, yeah, he asked me first what brought me to the hospital, and I told him that I was leaking at home and why, what was going on. The baby's here. So I told them, that was that, or whatever the case may be. So then he tells me to go and walk. I'm recording the video, Ma. I can't hold him. My hands are so dirty. Let's wash his hands off. He needs to lay down.
Crying.
He was crying?
Nasty. Mr. Nasty.
Oh, he up.
No.
He up because they are closed.
Yeah, he fake up. So, yeah, he asked me why I came in. I told him, and then he told me to go walk around. So I got up to go walk around, and then I came back, and he says, he's mad tired. That's Gianni trying to eat his hands. He's probably hungry. Or he probably just want to be himself and eat his hands like always. So, sorry guys. So, yeah, so I went to go walk around, and he's like, he called me back before I came downstairs, because I was going to go downstairs in the main lobby of the hospital and walk around. And he's like, he goes, no, you have to come back. You're bleeding and leaking. And I'm like, I already told you that's why I came here. Like, why wouldn't you listen to me? So I went back in, and then everything started moving. So when I was laying there, though, my water broke after he checked me. And I told him that I felt a big gush. It did not stop, and everybody was like, oh yeah, you're gonna feel that, you're gonna feel that, not realizing that that was my water that had broke. So this is part 1, and part 2 is coming after I feed the baby. So I'll be right back. Okay.